Nikki, the EU has given us a new set of trading market rules. Is Lex pleased with Mifid II?
Yes, I think we're pleased that we have a deal before Brussels breaks up for elections. And I think we think the compromise, and it is a big compromise, could have been worse. And let's look on the bright side with EU legislation.
So what are the concrete signs of progress we can look at here?
Well, it's a very large piece of legislation that covers all sorts of areas. One can look at things from commodity position limits right through to rules for the types of trading venues that banks operate and the extent to which these are visible to the world in general and to regulators. And there have been some big compromises in terms of the degree of regulatory oversight and pushing things out into the open. But it's a step forward at least, I think.
For equity investors,
yeah.
Will they notice a difference, either institutional or individual equity investors? Are their processes going to change? Are they going to see better, more liquid markets, less liquid markets, lower costs, higher costs?
I think they'll see some more transparency. There'll be a consolidated Tait, for example, which is something the US has had for a long time. They will hopefully see some downward pressure on trading costs. The proposal to separate out trading venues from clearing limitations and sort of non-discriminatory access to trading venues, that has survived in the whole negotiation process, though it is hedged around now by a whole lot of transitional provisions and opt-out, so it won't come in quickly.
In theory, though, that gives investors more leverage.
Yeah, exactly. It should introduce more competition.
And if you were in charge of this process, what would have ended up in Mifid II that got left, as it were, on the cutting room floor? Thinking now as an investor.
I think as an investor, and speaking from investors' interests, I would have wanted it all to come in rather more quickly than it has. It will effectively be two years more in some instances before these rules bite. And I think given the pace at which technology moves on and market behaviour changes, that's a rather long lead-in time.
So the EU, we might conclude, has done a reasonably good job at a typically EU pace.
Exactly, and it's operating in a field that really doesn't move at an EU pace. It moves a lot faster.
Thanks very much.